Kante now leaves, and Kante joins a Man United, or he joins a Barcelona, and is now at his very best. I will never forgive that. It is amazing to see him back. Let's start there. It is amazing to see Kante back. So let me just first start with the good, and then I'll get with not with the bad, but what makes me worried. It is great to see Kante back. You see, Kante ain't like a Neymar, a Messi, an Mbappe, and so forth like Izad when he was peak. So he's not the guy that's going to really capture the headlines. He's not the guy with the 4 or 5 goals, the 6 or 7 assists, the person who you'll see on the front page. But anybody who knows football, and I'm speaking to guys who know football because I believe this channel is a channel of people who understand football. You're football connoisseurs. So I'm not speaking to these stats merchants, idiots on Twitter. I'm speaking to you guys who understand football. If you understand football, you know that Kante is literally the heart of the team. He's the foundation. You can have the amazing roof, the beautiful windows, the wonderful painting, and so forth. But without the cement, the foundation, you can't build anything without a foundation. Okay, you cannot have anything without a foundation. You can't function without the heartbeat. Without the heartbeat. So Kante's importance to the functioning of a team is profound. You see, I don't like every position in football is important. Everyone is. Everything is, because it's a team. It's a team sport. This is not an individual sport. It is a team sport. The keeper is important. The defender is important. The midfielder is important. The attacker is important. Everybody plays their role. But if you had a nuclear warhead to my forehead and you said, if you don't tell me what is the most important role or position in football, I'm going to nuke you. So I have to answer this, or else I'm going to be Lara Crofted. Central midfielder. If I had to choose. The reason why I say this is because the central midfielder, he's the guy that connects everything. He connects everything. You see, a football match has many different machinations and many different pieces moving. There are many different pieces that are moving in a football match. And it is very important, the role and the function of what that midfielder does. Because what that central midfielder does is very, very important in how the team functions and how they operate and how they play. It is very, very important. So for someone like a Kante, in terms of what he does defensively, what he does in midfield, how he brings the attack into the game, it is super important. It is super, super important, and it is vital. It is absolutely 100,000% vital. So Chelsea, as you can see, they have lost a lot. They have lost a lot not having Kante in the freaking team. Because they have lost their heartbeat. They've lost their foundation. They have lost what really makes them say what's up and really go forth, man. So again, it is key to have Kante back. And if Chelsea had to say anything against Real Madrid, it's going to be key. Now here comes to where things have me worried. This is where I am just a little bit slightly worried here. No, not too much, but just slightly worried here. 7 months. 7 months. 7 months is a very long time. 7 months is a very long time. 7 months is a very long time, because to be away from the game for 7 months, that's tough. So what has me worried is the Kante that is coming back into this game and so forth. In what condition is he going to be in? That's what I'm asking. What condition are we going to have Kante in? How good is he going to be? And how far away from match fitness is he? That is what has me worried. Because to be away for 7 months and you're now coming back into. You see, the beauty is this: the domestic season is over. It's all over. So Kante isn't needed for any league games, it's not needed for any cup games and so forth, because that's over. Like, the league right now is vibes. It's all about the vibes and just don't make things look too bad. But if you're asking me, bro, I'd rather finish 10th, 9th than finish 7th and play in the Conference League. It is what it is, because the whole thing of Quidditch and Potter, that's a whole other ball of wax of how to get rid of him. So this is about Real Madrid. But what has me worried is, in what condition is Kante in? What condition is he in? What has me really worried is, how much has this injury affected him? How much has it affected him? Kante is going to be 30. He's going to be 32 in 3 days. He's going to be 32 in 3 days. It's not bad. Remember, this isn't 03 or 2011 or the 90s where, 33, oh my gosh, like 32, 33, boom, boom, boom. Bro, look at what Messi was doing in his mid-30s. Look at what Benzema's doing in his 30s. Look at what Lewandowski is doing in his 30s. So 30 ain't like something to... 30 right now is like the new 25. But when you get long-term injuries in your older years, it's hard to come back from them. Remember Robin? Robin used to have loads of injuries, massive injuries. But he had those injuries in his 20s. So after he just got over his recurring injury and so forth, he was able to be that freaking dude and say what's up later on in his 20s. But if Robin had all those injuries in his 30s, would his body be able to come back and react as strongly? So my worry is, what has this long-term injury done to Kante? That's my first worry. Because I'm going to talk about the Madrid one afterward, but that's... Actually, no, let me bring in Madrid and I'll talk about Kante and the contracts. So let's talk about Madrid right now. We're a few weeks away from that massive game. We are a few weeks away from that massive game. That game is going to be huge. It ain't going to be easy. So, where are we at? 12th of April. April 12th. That's the first leg. April 12th. There's some time. We have some time. But he's not played for 7 months. So even if he comes in against Villa, so he definitely want to see him against Villa. So he's got Villa, he's got Liverpool, both at home, then he's got Wolves. 7 months away, are 3 EPL games good enough to be match fit and have match sharpness against a Real Madrid side who are now desperate and laser focused to win the UCL? I don't know. I hope so. I want to believe so, but I don't know. Because we know that Kante's body is freaking on a different level. And we know the kinds of things that his body can do. It's inexplicable. It is beyond human recognition. So Kante is that kind of a dude that cannot be scientifically, philosophically, or theoretically explained. But I keep coming back to the 7 months. 7 months is a long time. And all I'm going to say is this. I'm just going to put, it's a question mark. Can Kante be at the best of his abilities come April 12th after being away from the game from 7 months? Can 3 EPL games be enough for him to be at his very best for what is going to be a crucial game? Because, and what we all know what we want to see. We want to see Enzo and we want to see Enzo and Kante, that's in midfield. Or if we're going 4-3-3, Enzo, Kovacic, Kante, let's ride. Because Kante gets into that midfield, Enzo is unleashed. That is what we're waiting. Because Kante at his very best, we see Enzo at his true very best. Because Enzo's like, oh, Kante, you got this? Yeah, I got this. Let's cook. Let me now. So Zoe can now really cook that meal. So again, Long-term, the contracts. Do you give Kante a contract extension? I don't see. Forget that. Of course he deserves it. Of course. So we're not even discussing deserve. Of course he deserves it. Did you see what he did in that freaking UCL? Did you see his man of the match performances? So deserve is beyond it. So he deserves it based on his quality and his importance and his value. Should you give it to him based on his injury record and what you're going to get from him? So I've got to be mature here. No fanboys and so forth. You've got to be mature here. It's a very difficult question. See, it is a very difficult question because here's my thing. Chelsea have money now. Are there Kante alternatives out there in the market? I'm not sure whether there are any players right now that can do what Kante does and can bring the kind of value that he has and can bring the kind of footballing intelligence that he brings. Because this guy's football IQ is on a whole different level. I don't know whether that player exists out there, but Chelsea have money. So if they were there to lose Kante, it's not as if they don't have money to at least try to get a replacement. And you say to yourself that if you give him this contract and he found out that these injuries are really bad and he's no longer at his very best and he's lost a few steps, so it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. How about this? I think the responsible thing to do is let's see him in these 3 EPL games and let's see him against Real Madrid. If he gets injured again or is scared that he's lost a step, it pains me. It pains me. You see, this is just me removing my fanboy snap. It pains me. But if I want to be mature here, the mature thing to do is you may have to let him go. Because there's no point, no matter how good Kante is and so forth, there's no point in having Kante if he can't be at his very best and he can't be readily available. So if people have done the assessments and we look at him in these games and in the rest of the season, it's like, no, he's lost a few steps or he gets injured again and he has another long-term injury or he's now suffering from something or he's really lost something physically, it pains me. But you know why it now pains me? So what if Chelsea now cut ties? Kante now leaves and Kante joins a Man United or he joins a Barcelona and is now at his very best. I will never forgive that. That would be unforgivable from me. Absolutely unforgivable from me. So let's assess things. He's his back, he's on the pitch. Let's see how he does in these games. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Let's see what he does against Real Madrid if it's fit. And then we can go from there. But guys, my Lord in heaven, man, we need Kante, man. We need Kante so badly. Kante, if you're listening, I know you're listening, Kante, we freaking need you, bro. We need you, bro.